Wild Coast FM, your community connection.
It's time for Sandy Sizzles. Good morning, Sandy, and welcome.
Good morning, good morning. It's so lovely to be here.
Lovely
and it's
to have
quite
you here.
nice outside today.
I see the weather is improving, but
Yes.
I'll wait until later on today to see.
Yeah, we won't get too excited. I
Yes.
think we might get a bit of rain later.
I think
It's like
possibly.
it's very, in Afrikaans they call it bedompig. What do they call it? Humid.
Yes,
Here
I
we
can feel
go.
that as well. And I
Yes.
must admit, for the last 3-4 days, I have felt the humidity in the air. So, what are we chatting about today?
You know, somebody gave me a whole lot of baby marrows.
Oh, lovely.
You know what baby marrows are? Some people call them zucchini. Some people
yes.
call them courgettes.
Yes.
But they're those little green goodies.
Very healthy for you.
And, you know, you can, when you've got a lot of them, you think, well, what am I going to do with these?
That's true.
I mean, I'm not so crazy about them frozen. When they come out, they're a little bit puppish. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I prefer to use them, if I can, as fresh.
Yes.
Or I found this recipe for pickled baby marrows.
Oh, that's
and I thought
interesting.
that's a good idea.
Yes.
Because, you know, we're getting towards warmer weather. Nice to have with cold meats, with cheeses and things like that.
Especially with Christmas, I know I keep referring to Christmas time, but we have to think ahead of that.
Yeah,
and
true.
pickles last all the way
Absolutely,
through. And a lot of
absolutely.
people do that with spreads of cold meats and cheeses and things during this period of the year.
That's right. So it's a good idea to try and make some of these if you've got a surfeit of too much of them.
You're sort of thinking ahead already, so
Absolutely.
you're making less work for yourself.
Absolutely. And it's very easy to make them. So I'm going to definitely do some of these.
Fantastic.
Now, all you need is to pour 2.5 cups of white wine vinegar into a saucepan with 3/4 of a cup of caster sugar.
Okay.
Now, I'm sure you could use ordinary sugar because it's going to be dissolved anyway.
Okay.
But they do say caster sugar. 1 bay leaf and 8 peppercorns, and heat that until the sugar dissolves. Then it says thinly slice 1.5 packets, that's if you've got them in packets, of baby marrows, and put that in a jar. Now, make sure your jar is cleaned and sterile and ready to be
used.
You know what's nice to do is if you make ribbons of them. You know what I mean? Take a peeler and pull the peeler along.
Like you do with cucumber.
That's right.
Yes.
And make ribbons. That's very nice.
Oh, that is a
but
good
you
idea.
can make slices as well.
Okay.
So you could make 2 different kinds.
Let
if
me
you like.
just throw a quick, difficult question at you. Bay leaves. Now, I can't find them at the local spa. I cannot find them even as a fresh herb plant. Where do you know?
No, they are difficult
They
as a
are.
fresh herb. They should be. You should get bay leaves at the spa in boxes.
I can't I'll
Are
have
you
to
sure?
have another look, yeah.
Have another look.
Okay.
Otherwise, inquire.
Yes.
And let them get some for you.
There we go.
So what you do is thinly slice those baby marrows, put them in the jar, and then you pour in your pickling vinegar and leave it to cool. And that you just can seal, keep it in the fridge, and serve it with cheese and cold meats or fish, or toss it through a salad.
There we go. Yes.
And you know, that's just a little bit different.
That might even be nice on something like a chicken mayo.
Yeah,
If you
I
put that
suppose so,
over
a
the
little
top.
bit of that.
Yes.
Yeah, look, it's the possibilities.
Versatile.
Yes, endless. You can do all sorts of things.
Fantastic.
And then, of course, it's popular to put in a pasta.
Yes, because I do that. I chop it up very thinly and fry it up when I do my mushrooms and my green peppers.
Yes, and put it in a pasta.
Yes.
And this recipe for a pasta, you use ricotta, which is one of your cheeses, lemon, pea and bacon pasta, it's called, but it does also have your baby marrows in.
Yes.
This is very easy, quick, and, you know, if you're coming home and you want to just do something easy, you take a packet of this serves about 6 people.
Okay.
A packet of linguine. Spaghetti is fine, though,
Love
if you
linguine.
don't have.
Yes.
And then a tablespoon of olive oil, a red onion finely sliced, 8 to 10 pieces of rashers of bacon diced, 2 garlic cloves crushed, and then a packet of baby marrowed, either julienned or grated. I would like to make it julienned, which is those thin little stick type things. The juice and the grated peel of 1 lemon, that's about 60 mils, 3 tablespoons of chopped mint, 3 tablespoons of chopped thyme, a cup of peas that have been blanched, and a tub of ricotta crumbled. So that's
Lovely.
a bit of expensive, but you can, you're not using really any meat, just your bacon.
That's your protein.
Yeah,
and the
maybe
cheese,
if you can't get the ricotta, I think feta would be nice there
I
as
was
well.
thinking as an alternative.
Feta would be good.
Okay.
And you don't really need a whole tub, maybe.
No.
You use your discretion.
Yes.
You'll see how it works out. You cook your pasta according to the packet instructions, drain that and set it aside, then heat your oil in a non-stick pan and gently fry your onion, your bacon, your garlic, your baby marrow and lemon juice and peel for about 6 to 8 minutes, or until it's cooked through, softened, and the flavors have combined. Then stir through your pasta, your herbs, your peas and your cheese until it's heated through, and then you just season that and serve it immediately.
Sounds lovely.
Don't you think that's
Yes.
a good idea?
And it's still got your little bit of veg in it.
Yes.
And I love linguine. There's something different about the texture of it.
I also do.
And I find it more filling.
Yes,
you
it
need
is.
less.
Yes.
So that could possibly even stretch to 8 people.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I would say definitely
Yeah,
8
there we
people.
go.
Yeah. And then I just want to do a vegetarian burger.
Oh, very nice. Yes.
I think these are also quite good ideas.
I think so.
So we need to break away from meat sometimes. So on a Monday, maybe make a vegetarian burger.
I know a lot of people who do a meat-free Monday
Oh, yes,
in their
me too.
households.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now, this is quite easy to make as well. And these you can freeze them and you can cook them later.
Oh, very nice.
You need a can of chickpeas,
Yes.
1 carrot grated, 4 baby marrows grated, half a red onion finely chopped, 2 garlic cloves crushed, and then you need quite a few herby things.
Okay.
You need a tablespoon of ground cumin, 2 teaspoons of ground coriander, and 3 tablespoons of chopped coriander leaves.
Okay, very nice.
That's the fresh ones. Then you need 3 tablespoons of chopped parsley, a half a teaspoon of chili powder, 3 tablespoons of flour, plus a little bit extra for dusting, and some salt and pepper. And then you need some oil for frying, and then of course your rolls and whatever you're going to put on your burgers. Maybe some tomatoes, some rocket and some chutney. Who knows what you need?
There we go.
You've got your own ideas. Now what you do is drain your chickpeas thoroughly and pulse it in a food processor to a rough chop.
Okay.
And then add your grated carrot, baby marrows, onion, garlic, cumin, ground and chopped coriander, your parsley, everything together, your seasonings, and pulse it to form, and even your flour goes in there, and then you make a nice sort of a mixture that you can form into patties.
Yes, yes.
And gently form them into patties about 10 centimeters in diameter by about 2 to 3 centimeters thick.
Now, because it's obviously vegetarian, you can't add the egg.
No.
So will it bind just using the
Yes.
ingredients plus the flour?
It will definitely,
Okay, perfect.
yes. Then you dust it with a little flour and fry it for about 3 to 5 minutes or until crispy and heated through. You don't need to overcook
Well, that's
these,
yes,
which is wonderful.
a nice idea, yes.
And then all you do is slice your rolls, toast them if you like, and put your patties on with sliced tomato, a bit of rocket, and a dollop of chutney.
Lovely.
I think that's a very
Something
good
different,
idea.
and those are very healthy. That sounds lovely.
So it's a good idea.
And quite an easy recipe as well. Not too complicated.
No.
Something, as you were saying, you can prepare before time and keep. And
Absolutely. I think it's a good idea.
It's fantastic. So when we come back from this next song, are we going to discuss something sweet?
Just a tiny little dessert.
Perfect. Sandy, now for something a little bit sweet.
Yes, well, now, of course, we are starting to get towards the busy time of the year. There are no two ways about it. As I was coming along, I was noticing more and more trucks going out with building material and things. And I know it's a time of the year when most people are trying to jazz up their homes, fix up this, fix up that, in
for
preparation
this,
for
yes.
visitors or just for whatever, their own home, so that everything looks spotless and nice for Christmas time.
Yes.
And, meals, we make quick meals if we can, like we're talking about that pasta dish, which is lovely. And then maybe something quick to finish off, you need just a quick little
I think
dessert.
a lot of people are also working longer hours because they're trying to cram in as many hours now as well.
Absolutely. So
when you get home, you're just like, oh, what can I make for supper? Something quick.
That's right. There's always got to be something quick.
Yes.
And if you've still got children, I know a lot of families where they say, Mom, so what's for dessert? Now, what's for pudding, Mom?
Yes.
And, you know, a good thing always to keep in your cupboard is a tin of that caramel treat.
Oh, yes.
That you buy at the stores. And you can do so much with that.
You can.
You know, so all you need to do is crumble some crunchy biscuits or some nice biscuits, whichever you fancy, into some bowls, and then dollop a tablespoon of that caramel treat over it. But make sure you beat it a little bit because it's a little bit stiff when you take it out the tin.
Just to make it more soft.
That's right. And then you can top that with whipped cream and put a few fresh berries on top. Just to, like strawberries, chop them up.
Well, strawberries are on special at the moment as well, and that's very good for getting vitamin C in.
Absolutely. And blueberries are good. I see they're fresh blueberries.
Yeah,
they're
they look lovely.
But, you know, that's always nice. You can even serve that as a dinner after some dinner when you've invited people.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that. It just looks good.
It does.
So always try and do that. And of course, there's always those ready-made little pavlova, little meringue nests you can buy. Keep them in the cupboard.
I see they've got the bigger ones now in as well.
Fill with cream. Put some fresh fruit on.
It's always yummy.
And you know what? You look like $1 million. Or take your ice cream and make a couple of Don Pedros if it's for an adult after dinner.
Yes.
Just whisk 1 liter of vanilla ice cream with 2 cups of milk until it's soft, and then add about a cup or 3/4 of a cup of Kahlua, that's a liqueur, or Frangelica, and pour that into 8 serving glasses, and you've got a lovely sort of dessert.
Nice.
But that's definitely for adults.
Yes.
But also just your ice cream. I mean, if you buy a ordinary vanilla ice cream and want to jazz it up, fold in some grated chocolate and top it with some extra chocolate. Buy a couple of peppermint crisps.
Oh, there we go, yes.
Break those into it, you know, soften it a little bit, break that in and serve that and top it with a little bit of extra peppermint crisp. And you've got, maybe a little bit of chocolate sauce. And you've got an absolutely delicious...
Especially with the warmer weather. You don't want too much of a hot pudding.
No.
Something cool and refreshing and light.
That's right. And I mean, there, if you put your peppermint crisp into your ice cream, and then top it with a little bit of chocolate sauce, you've got an absolutely delicious dessert.
Oh, yes.
So use your imagination, folks.
That's it.
You can do so much.
Yes, and not something time-consuming either.
And not time-consuming, and really not all that expensive. Because it can last like your ice cream. I mean, you can put it back in the freezer and use it for whatever, for the next time, and just add whatever else you want to add to it. So it's a jolly good idea.
I think so, Sandy. Thank you. And something nice and easy to do as well.
All we're looking for at the moment is easy things to do.
Convenience, yes.
And the closer we get to Christmas, the more convenient it must become at the least expense.
That is also true.
Which we can always try and work out too.
There we go.
Another good thing also is just take a few pancakes, roll up pancakes, fill them with put a little bit of that caramel
treat in
there and a few sliced bananas.
Nice idea, yes.
Close them up, roll them up, and just drizzle a touch of honey on, and there you go. Delicious.
Scrumptious.
So I hope you folks all take advantage of those ideas. And also make use of baby marrows and whatever fresh veg you can at the moment.
That's it. I think with those patties, for example, those vegetarian ones, as long as you've got the nice fresh veg, you can utilize just about anything in those.
Oh, absolutely, yes. And just make sure that it is a consistency that is going to hold together.
Perfect. Sandy, thank you very much.
It's
Until
a pleasure.
next week, we will chat then.
Okay, and thank you everybody for listening. Have a wonderful week.
There
Bye for now.